So, from one rant to another, not just police brutality I'm thinking about tonight, but also I've been thinking quite a lot lately about this guy I've been talking about before, which I don't have any contact with right now, which that's how it always been, like up and back, back and forth all the time, which is quite exhausting. And I've been writing a letter for him for like a month now, and I'm gonna keep writing a little bit more because I'm not 100% sure about what to write, and I'm actually not sure if I should, like mail it like I always do, or actually print it or write it by hand and send it as a regular mail, because sometimes I think a mail you get in your hand is more direct and honest in some way. So I'm thinking about doing that instead, but maybe I do both, but mail is simple. It goes faster and you can be sure that, when the other person gets it and so on. But on the other hand, when you write something that's quite important, it doesn't really matter when the other person gets it. It's for, how it feels when you get it and the message you send out and so on. I don't know. But that is the little, the smallest part, because the simple part, because the hardest is, to actually write it. And sometimes I wish I had somebody to discuss it, somebody who know both him and me equally well, and wasn't, just taking sides with people and so on. I don't like when people do it, take sides just because we like somebody or so on. I think you should listen. It's easier, listen to both sides. Sometimes, you have a lot of experience with a person, you can take sides against that, like my old boss and things like that. But that's another thing, not in a private situation. And I think it would be good to have somebody to, talk about those things a little bit more. Sparring partner in thinking. Over the years, I always try to protect him from a lot of things and not saying everything, not saying what I think all the time or what other people say and react. And, it's just because, it's so easy to hurt. And now in the situation, like, I could write this letter, address a lot of things where you've been treating me badly, and I can tell that, like, you've been completely wrong about everything and misread and misunderstood the situation completely, and I could, easily show that also, and get, everything out of my chest and so on. But that would be also, I know it would be very hurtful. And so it's like I'm in a situation I choose between getting everything off my chest and being right, but to the cost of hurting. And everybody knows me, know that I won't do that. I mean, I'd rather have him thinking I'm a really bad person than hurt him in that way. It's better to let him think I'm doing a lot of things wrongly instead of actually knowing the whole truth. And on the other hand, if you don't know the whole truth, you don't address everything, you don't talk about it, it can't change. And is that really fair in the long run, to let somebody live in a fairy tale world, or with lies around you and with something that isn't the truth? And also, I don't think that's really fair to me in the long run either, that somebody has a completely delusional image of a lot of things regarding me and are allowed to spread this and, like, build this idea of who I am that isn't true. And yeah, right now I'm watching this movie, I Got Mail, and I think that is what makes me think about this a little bit extra today. This is where those two people are mailing each other, and they are really, really nice to each other. And it actually reminds me, about when I started to know this guy. And but the rest doesn't at all. Anyway, no bookstores involved. But anyway, how this person in the real life person is not as nice at all. And naturally, in this movie, they end up thinking the really nice person is just as nice. But sometimes we have. Well, everybody has different sides of a personality. We'll have good sides and bad sides, and I have some really bad ones too, and some really good ones too. And everybody do that, but in some people, the difference between those are so extreme. It's like hanging out with Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, if it's the way around, I never remember. But yeah, I think that's very much about how things are with this person. And I always come back to this asking myself a question: is it worth it? Is that the kind of relationship, or in the times when things are good, friendship, that is worth all this trouble? And even now, even after all this, I always come back to this conclusion that yeah, it is. So yeah, but like this mail writing, it can take some time, and a part of me want to write it by hand. It would have been quite nice actually, but again, I have to think and rethink and think it over one more time to know if it's something that would satisfy me as a person, but maybe make him feel bad, or is it something that actually would lead to something positive? And to know the difference, it's not easy at all.